Hi there. I'm back. Quick little trot down the Boreen. As ever, so good to be out and about. It's such a lovely day. And good to be back. Yeah, wow. There are no words to describe it. Yeah, just a quick one today. I was away, got delayed, nicely delayed for really good reasons. So it's all really good, and that's it. But I have to say, the huge difference between, you know, the country and the nature and the city, in terms of the energy. I mean, they're very different, you know. Their pluses and minuses, but was very different energy, you know. So this is my little groove, back in my groove. Yeah, there we are. Turned the corner into September. I remember Earth, Wind and Fire. Woo. And I know I'm not actually using bad language, but it is a time of great fecundity. There you go. Lovely cornucopia type, as we all know. Oh look, the buttercups are still out in that field. Yeah, very interesting. They're not really out in any other fields now, excuse me. I've been moving a lot of stuff in the old cottage. Dusty work, but nice work. Nice being around really old things, you know. That's a different feel to it, different energy. Old things. So yeah, turning of the great wheel. It ever doth creak along, turning, doing its own thing. We are just mere interlopers upon it. Oh, something just flew into me. Yeah. It's just so, I just like looking at them, for God's sake, they're just gorgeous. I am a kind of, what's the word? Doing a recon on the some of the best bushes to gather up. That'll be nice. My old apple tree. The apples, they're slightly sharp, the really old tree. So that'll be nice with the blackberry and apple. Little pots of wonderment. Let's check them out and see if they're quite ready. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I had a huge area of bramble that I cleared, and now the whole world is growing there. It's just gorgeous. Wild this and wild that and willow trees. What was around the periphery, I said, oh great, this will be great. And I was going out in the morning collecting them, they would just reach the point and then they all frizzled up. Said harvest was lost. There's the hawthorn berries out now. I've been making my hawthorn elixir soon. They're just gorgeous. There is something lovely being out and about with a little bucket collecting berries from different trees and bushes, not all one. It's got that lovely kind of primal feeling. The time just flies, and really nice. Anyway, yeah, and suddenly all the blackberries were kind of gone. I must look it up again. It's a historical thing about the devil spitting on felt earth and landed on a bramble bush and spat on them. So there's a certain date where they do that. So I'll have to remember that this year. So yeah. Yeah, on a bit of a kind of sadder note, I went back to the Narnia stretch where I'd done before with the beautiful rowan trees and the wild honeysuckle. Anyway, somebody came in with a giant JCB, turned it into a 2-lane Boreen bog road and took out a huge amount of trees. So it was quite a scorched earth kind of look, but I managed to, from those 2 beautiful rowan trees, I gathered up their berries. I'll plant them on my place. So there we go, that's it. Anyway, but there's a butterfly there, gorgeous. But the whole purpose of this is just a chance to get out, look at nature, and kind of try and just stay in the positive groove. So, but I won't be going back there to that particular spot. So that's that. That is life on the fast lane of the Boreens. They're so pretty. Look at that. Gosh, the bounty. The bounty and the beauty. I mean, really, May and autumn have turned into the really gorgeous, resplendent kind of months are coming out on the leaderboard. Really nice. So, yeah, it's amazing how the country air and the trees and the land, it just really recalibrates you. In a certain type of way that I suppose cannot really be explained, and nor should it. And I did miss the place, and I missed Fionn, even though it was grand. Anyway, there's a point I was going. Oh yeah. So I had to be quite kind of organised, but some really good things happened just that you couldn't plan or expect or whatever. Like total kind of like wow, synchronistic, naturalistic, organic, etc. And really, really good, but what I'm trying to really reiterate, brought home to me the whole point of, having a plan and having a decided path and trajectory and all that. Look at those purple beauties there. But still keeping it loose. Not getting too rigid so it doesn't become stressful. Keeping it loose, keeping it fluid, being able to kind of change at the last minute. I'm sure there's a word for it, I just can't think of. It's not ambidextrous anyway. Well, maybe it is, because you're doing 2 states, 2 energy systems merged into one. So that's it there. So yeah, not to be said for it. Really brought it home to me, not to get too fluid and not to get too uptight and strategized. Somewhere in the middle, like here. There we are. The river was very high. It's kind of gone down again. before I left, it seemed to be just the tips of the reeds. And now that I look at it, I think, how could that be? Yeah, sometimes the land is a bit optical illusion-y. But it was wonderful. Got to see some art as well, and nice. Felt like a tourist. There we are. Gentle and peaceful times, hopefully. There he is. So I was out at a bar, sitting outside in the sun. There's an older person, and it was just really nice. Oh, nearly fell. Really nice, and next to us, and people were so sweet, jumping up and getting her chair and everything. Really, really good vibes. And we were in good form. You're putting out good vibes. They can make an energy field, right back at you kind of thing. So, and there was a table, big barrel table, high stool, 6 or 7 lads, 2 barrels together, all having the chat. It was a lovely evening, and the chat and the crack, and they were country lads. So this was in the capital, and very nice and all that kind of thing. Lovely young waitress there, really, really beautiful and very sweet, and yeah, she's just really appreciated. We were like chatting to her and being, and it really doesn't cost much, and you could see she was like, maybe the previous night had been a bit kind of full on because there'd been a big concert on, and blah blah. The point is, a guy, he knocked over a drink or something, and she had to go, and she was mopping up or bringing them pints or something, and because she was petite and they were high up, she'd kind of lean across them to get at the table and do whatever. And I looked at that. My mother actually noticed they were so respectful to her. They weren't leering at her. They weren't giving her the eye. They weren't looking her up and down. They weren't looking at each other. They weren't looking at her, whatever. And she was working, and they were just so good to her, in the sense that it's not that they ignored her, but they were just like, okay, she's doing her job, and we're here, and we're not going to leer at her and hassle her. It's kind of hard to describe, but, we were just really impressed. They were just so kind of respectful towards her. And polite in the sense of not, I don't know, kind of getting involved with her energy or whatever it is, There was a very good vibe of it. It was really interesting. Country lads, and, very respectful. Yeah, so that was good. It was nice to watch something like that close up. Now, I'm not saying just because they're country lads, there could be country lads, blah, 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 the opposite, or a bunch of women the opposite, or Dublin lads the opposite, or blah, blah, blah. It's not about, it's a comparison thing. It's about what we were observing, right beside us on a beautiful sunny evening. a way of having respect for somebody who's doing their job and all that. Anyway, there we are. So, where's Boldy? Fionn? Fionn? Here he is. Look at you, you're so fast. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, he had a lovely big marrow bone yesterday from the local butchers. And, happy house back on the land, chewing a marrow bone. And the boy cat was running around chasing imaginary leaves. All is well in the garden. That's it. Anyway, I just these simple little things I really like and they make me happy, and that's just what works for me. There we are. Lovely colours there, the white. I don't know. Moss and I suppose it's a fungus really, is it? And the little curved reed there. It's better here. Isn't that nice? So such a gentle day. A very pretty day. A sweet day. Good to be back. Good to have gone away. Really good reminder for myself. Keeping it organised. Dragonfly. Oh look. And keeping it loose and fluid. All at the same time. And balancing opposites and polarities. Look at you. I just adore them. Balancing opposite polarities, day and night, night and day, male and female. You know, that kind of protons, neurons. The winter, the summer. On and on it goes. Balance it out. Yeah. And the fecundity of autumn. Mind your fecundity. Oh. Listen, thanks so much for coming along with us today. We're really happy to be back. Really hope wherever you are that things are going well for you. And yeah, we're grooving in much appreciation. We'll see you again soon, and take care. Slán.